Okay, I'll be right out here, okay? Okay. Ow. You what? Okay.
I dropped this.
What does the C sound like? And what is the sound that you're using at the end?
Oh.
Of these? Yeah. I actually did not think that this was going to work because I tried on my other account earlier to go live and it never went live. It just kept saying going live, going live. I never actually started. So oops. I was kind of actually thinking like, if it doesn't work, I'm going to try to set it up, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to go take a nap while it continually says go live for a while, and it worked, so I can't take a nap. So I guess it's called it's a win-lose, win-lose-win situation. Win-lose. Anyway. So what you missed on YouTube is actually that I did actually live up to my name as ScatterBreaker, and I did break a piece of my tripod. I'm just trying to like rotate this up. Here, let me see. Just trying to rotate this down. Actually, I was trying to move this down, and now I realized if I'd loosened this, it wouldn't have happened. But it's hard to raise it. Hard to raise it here without spinning this. But when I had this tightened, I tried to lower it and snapped it right off. So anyway, so I'm back. I think later than I originally intended. And now I just got this. I guess I'll try to super glue it and see if it works. ScatterBreaker is something he broke. That's what I'm gonna try. So, but I finished spot priming, and basically I decided that I was going to. During the process of making the video, I decided that I really needed to almost outline all the areas because it is a sealer and primer. So I thought a sealer would seal the cracks, right? So I started doing that, and basically I did a little bit, and then like basically all around these areas here. So it's like almost like an outline, and here I've got to touch it up a little bit. I'm going to do that before I start the final coat. I'm going to do little areas where there's a little crack. In fact, some of them I intended to come back to because they were such big cracks that or gaps, I should say, not cracks, because they're not actually cracks, but some of them are like this. So I basically had to put the brush right up on it and kind of hold it there until it sort of filled in that space, and then I thought, well, then I'll come back and paint over the paint after it was dry to the touch, like so. Actually, I might just leave this one up here and try that. I didn't wash the brush yet, actually, which is another thing I said. But since I was going to continue doing that off camera, I wasn't going to get to show how to do the actual thing. So I basically just put this in up to the water up to the edge of the paint, basically, on this one. And that way, it just kind of preserved the brush or made sure it didn't go hard while I was inside eating lunch, actually. So, so now it's going to be really wet. So I'm going to need to make sure that I dry this off. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and use my, oh, weird. I'm going to use my pants here. Might as well have white shorts, right? They're green now, but why not white, right? So just trying to get like the excess water off of there. I mean, I could use a towel, I suppose, or something, but I didn't bring one with me, so forgot about this aspect of this. So now I'm going to take, and I really should have closed this paint, actually, now I think about it. Of course, it's always later than I think about it. So you have to remix it now, and I probably would have had to remix it anyway, but it's kind of drying on top, so that's not good. So I don't know, probably can't see this on here, but maybe on here. Try a different angle, and cut that into the YouTube video later. But you can kind of see there was a bit of a film that formed out. I hope it's okay to mix that film into the paint, but couldn't have been too far gone. It wasn't too. Although I think it was actually longer. Well, the spot priming and filling in those edges is what took a longer time. So I'm actually getting on way later than I was originally. Or getting on, I should say. But this is what I wanted to do here. So I'm taking, it's always better to tap it off the edge instead of scraping it off the edge. And then I'm going to basically just push this up into that little crack. I hope that the paint sort of spreads out there. I was actually thinking it was, I think actually the paint may have shrunk, in fact. I'm not sure if that's a possibility, but it seems like it may have shrunk, and that's why it's not, why the gap is bigger even than I remembered it leaving it. Careful when you're going over those areas that you just filled in, because it could take the paint back away. See, like it took it away a little bit there and there again. So just tap off and feather it, kind of dry brush to make sure that it doesn't create too big of a layer here rather than here, or as opposed to there. So it kind of transitions into that area. Otherwise, you'll have an extra layer when you put that top coat on. You might see that. Just gonna try to squish that in there, sort of shimmy it in, and then try not to. Now, it could be that the black paint's gonna cover that up, and really, since I'm using black paint, it almost doesn't matter, because you know the gap is going to look black and the paint's going to look black. So in that way, it really doesn't matter. But I could keep going and try to really fill in all and really, it doesn't matter there either, because there's going to be a drawer in the way. So I think it was on the back of this, right? But there were some extra gaps that need to be sealed. Or it might have been on the other one. It might have been on the other one. Oh no, here it is. So I got paint mostly on this side, not on that side. Tapped it off the edge and then it kind of scraped it along that edge so that there's paint only on this side of the brush. And then I'm going to put that right up along that edge. So since it takes an hour before you're supposed to be able to repaint over this, I got to remember to do this one last, the back of this one. And the front, yeah, the front of this one too. But the front I can do first and then the back, just to make sure that it's had more time to dry. That's filling in the gap. It's going a little bit on the inside. It's not on the surface, in other words. It's kind of going into the crack, leaving a little space. But it is sealed, and this is the back, so that doesn't really matter either. Or because of that, it doesn't matter, I should say. Okay, so I gotta remember, do the back of this one last. And now I'm gonna go ahead and wash the brush. So that's the other seals here. Oh, that one was sealed, and now it's not. So I'm just gonna. Yeah, so it's like when the paint dries, you almost have to do a second coat of sealing. But this is on the back again, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, and the black paint might actually just fill in the gaps anyway. So now I'm gonna wash the brush and. I'm gonna look for the best place to do that. I normally do it over there. It's already like a dead area. I don't know what the paint water would do to the plants in the area. So, but what you need for this is basically a running hose, a wire brush, and let's see. See, we have a trampoline over there now, where I usually do it. So I'm going to take it to. Well, I guess I'll still just. I don't know if I have any numbers on here. I think so. Okay, so I'm gonna do it right here. Oh, uh-oh. Okay. We've got all three of them. I almost forgot. I don't want to get my. I'll get this thing all messed up. So I'm going to use. Tape it up to my wrist so that if I get any I know it's silly, but we texted this the first one out. So for copyright reasons, I'm not playing music that I'm listening to, but I'm hoping that I can put it back into the video afterwards as like samples or something that does not violate copyright. But during that last bit when I was off camera, some of the things I think that I listened to were, oops, oh yeah, after Miami Kiss by Hassel Adkins and Odelia by Black Lips. It was on Moving Faster by Bloodshot Bill. And, oops. Let's see. I mentioned the other ones earlier in the earlier video. So, up to Sleep Till They Die by La Luz and Miami Kiss. So, some of the other ones are. Oh yeah, Midnight City, M83, after Moving Faster by Bloodshot Bill and Shazam by Beastie Boys, Short Fuse by Black Lips, Smack Bunny Baby by Brainiac, Sabrosa, Mr. Would You Please Help My Pony by Ween, The Selection by Danny Elfman, that's from Epic, I was going to talk about Epic actually, and Sally Wally by House Light, that was a funny song. Never Felt Like This by King Khan and Barbecue Show, and I will actually check to make sure that I'm not getting ahead of myself here. But, oh yeah. And the next is River Euphrates by the Pixies, that's all we listen to now, and Reindeer Are Wild by the Hiccups, and then Overture Sunday Morning or Sunday M something by the Black Lips, Playboy by Adam Ant. I think I heard something like I'll listen to it again. Let's see. Oh yeah, Sunday morning, where morning is spelled like the act of morning. So yeah, right now it's River Euphrates by the Pixies from Surfer Rosa. Good stuff. So what I am going to do is clean. Oh, I need to turn on the water. I don't need the tape anymore. I already got it all taped up. Here's hoping this is not already on. Yeah. Don't want it spraying the computer while I'm over there. Okay, so the idea here is to get between the bristles with the wire brush. Get between the bristles on the okay. So first I'm going to spray it off. Let's spray off the brush. Let's say. I'm just going to spray back on. And one hand up again. So I take the wire brush and I move it along the edge of the bristle. Like that. And the idea is not to get the paint up to the now I forget the name of that part of the brush. The metal band going around the thing. You want to try to get not to that the paint all the way up there when you're in the active paint. If you do, really make sure you try to get that out of that area. Get the paint out of that area. On the side. Actually, I'm going to turn it off. We're doing it on both sides of the flat edge of the brush as well. And kind of have this turn sideways. And meanwhile, I did want to talk a little bit about Epic. It was an old animation movie, not too old, but probably when my oldest daughter was a kid, so old enough. um, and but I didn't realize until recently when I put the soundtrack on my music that the Danny Elfman had done it. So it was the music. But it was a really good movie, and it was really good in 3D. I remember. I saw it at the movies. I don't know if I took. Yeah, I probably took the whole family. Maybe, I used to make them all go to the movies, so 3D movies. But then my oldest daughter said she doesn't even see in 3D or whatever, and that's when I realized it was almost over for us as a family for 3D watching. Even though my brother and I would continue to go for many, many years until recently, when even pre-COVID, it started to seem like at least the discount theater that we were going to wasn't getting 3D as much anymore. Like when they did get Spider-Man and Frozen 2, we knew it was probably over for 3D already. Then COVID hit. But started bringing 3D back if possible. If there was some way, like theaters to have a lottery system or something. And I think I've talked about this in other videos, so I don't want to go into it too much. But if there's a lottery system for one theater to get one movie, so that if anybody wanted to see that in 3D, they'd have to maybe drive over to that theater or whatever. And I, of course, wouldn't mind doing that, but people don't want to get off the couch anymore, so I don't really know. Let me know if you like 3D movies out there, and if you like them so much you drive across town to see them. We would drive across town to go to the discount theater, but that's just because we went to a lot, so we had to get discount on the movies in order to watch as many movies as we did with our limited budget. So, my brother and I should say. But we do movie reviews as well. And Epic was a good one. It did have a lot of pop music, so back then, if I was doing my reviews where I say what music I'm listening to during the movie, I probably would have had a playlist for that. Of course, my playlists are always just the random music that I already like, and I'm just listening to it. But sometimes it really works with the movie, and it's like, wow, I wish they'd use this song instead of that song. Like the same pop song you hear on the radio or on other movies all the time. I hate that. So I'm gonna do the hose again. I'm also gonna hose off the brush itself. It's a little off, but I think a lot of that is already there too. I think it was before. So I don't know if you can see that from here. But I'm going to continue to work at it a little bit because I do want to make sure there's no white paint. You can still see white coming off. Still see white drips coming off as I do this. So it tells me that there's still white paint on or in the brush, and we don't want to get any white paint in with the black, or else we'll make gray. Right? So this must be Playboy by Adam Ant. I didn't know that's what this song was called. What do you want? My friend, she said. Oh, Playboy. So that makes sense. Anyway, I hope to share these samples of songs. Probably not part where he's listening when they're talking right now. I kind of don't like when songs, when the singer just starts talking. And in my opinion, even Elvis maybe doesn't get away with it. No, I guess he does. Yeah, what does he say? Oh, wow. I saw you by the window. I don't know. That's probably not even. But I think it was a good movie. It was, despite the pop music, it was. I like the Danny Elfman music, of course, like the instrumental. It's always, I'd say, go for that over pop music, in my opinion, and maybe even over garage rock. If most of the universe doesn't like it, only I do. Seems like it's only me, at least out of moviegoers. Yeah, there are moviegoers, and there are garage rockers, and I think it might be rare that those two things collide. I'm not sure. And by moviegoers, I don't mean just somebody who goes to the movies or is not opposed to going to the movies. I'm talking about somebody like me, and my brother, who have to see every movie on the big screen if it's a big screen worthy film. So, not the maybe romantic comedies or those, but the westerns, the sci-fi, the horror. Well, even horror sometimes is kind of disappointing. But for sound, at least, horror is famous because of the silent scenes that transition into very loud scenes that you have to be a remote, what is it, a remote controller, basically, but a remote babysitter or a remote monitor, almost like faster all remote. To turn it down real quick if you're trying to hear the very quiet, eerie music, and then suddenly there's a loud, you know, jump scare or whatever. It's gonna wake up everybody in the house because you're up and trying to get to sleep or whatever it is. You're just trying to enjoy a movie. That's why it's better to go to movies. I don't see any white canals. Hard to tell. Looks like hanging it on the bucket. But, okay, so now back to the painting. We're on to the top coat. Woo! Oblivion by Raven Rock by MA3 from the had no idea that MA3 did music for that movie. But I suppose I actually wonder whether they did the whole soundtrack. I need to look into that because it'd be interesting. I need to know this. Oblivion I couldn't really talk about right now because I cannot remember exactly what all it's about, but or even really who's in it. Okay. Yeah, I actually broke two things during the process of these videos here, actually. Well, sort of. I mean, I broke the tripod. And then I just simply trying to show how to use the mallet. Close the primer can. And I apparently bent the primer can just by hitting it like that. Anyway, I'm going to do that again because I'm going to put this other on, and this should not, that should not happen. So. Okay. Oh, Rock and Bones. Who is this? I think it's the same one I did. Oh. Oh, Ronnie Dawson, Rock and Bones. Ronnie Dawson. So, next one's going to be Put It On by Bob Marley, Plump Righteous by King Khan and Barbecue Show, Shoveling Coal by the Delta Bombers, Puffy Cloud by Ween, Mary Sounds by Bar, and we'll see what comes on after that. So I've got this shower curtain down as my drop cloth, and unfortunately the wind is blowing, but what I'm going to do here, I'm going to find the top. I'm going to use this rag here. Top on. Now, this should not bend this can. That should not have happened in that other on that other can. It's really weird that it did. But basically, you just do that, and then just down on the edges to see the rim actually through the rag, basically. That's you're gonna see the rim of the part one side was coming up and the other side was going down. So I looked then and it was all bent. It's crazy. This is more for like the splash, I think. Now okay. Okay, so this is the one. Oh, I forgot now. This is the one I was gonna do last. Is that already been 30 minutes? Already trying to test. Anyway, probably would be a good idea to like do a once over on the. So let's see. But I'm looking for that. Okay. Okay. So let's see. This still wet. Just kind of dust it off all over. Make sure nothing's fallen down on it. The time since I started this, or I should say finished it. Is that the one I did? I think I did this one. So I'm going to do the front of this one out here and the back of it at the very end. But actually, I might do the back of this one. Oh, yeah. I was just thinking, I need to put some white on it, but I just washed the brush. Why would I do that? That's crazy. Okay, so there's stick this on the rim and pry it. Boom. And then shift it around, pry. Okay, until it's enough to come off. Okay, now this is never going to open, so it should be okay. I mean, as far as the mixture of it, as the others were chunky and all that. This one should be. We use the other end of the stick, so white. I'm sure some of that is still wet there. So let's do that one. Okay, so that should be the consistency. This is what the white should have looked like when I was mixing it. Which one was going to do last? Oh. That one, I think. Yeah. Okay. So, wipe that off on here. Alright, I'm going to take the brush. What was I going to say? Yeah, I can't talk about Oblivion. I did talk a little bit about King Kong as one of the, shows similar to the Cramps show. So recently, no, not recently, but recently, pre-COVID, this is really thick, and I see lines through it, so I don't know. I can't really tap this off right here because of the fact that the paint's all the way up at the top, so I'm actually scraping it against my own device. So I'm trying to kind of like flow off the edge, because if I stop before, there's a little extra edge within the top here. So but I do also want to make sure about worry about how things go over again. I worry about over painting, the paint that's going over the edge. Oh man, this brush is mangled. It's making little brush strokes on top as I'm doing the side. Maybe it's best to do the side first. I almost feel like this paint might not be thick enough. Maybe it needs more mixing, or well, I bet it might need two coats anyway. So I'll paint under that assumption. Now, I'm wondering if it's better to go this way. It's better to go with the grain of the wood, but I can't tell which way the wood's going on this one. I feel like the original paint strokes were going in that direction, so I was going in that direction, but actually it might be that, I'm getting a real cross-hatching effect here. So, let's see. I don't know if you can see that, but getting a real cross-hatching effect. So I think I'm going against the grain when I go this way. So I'm going to go this way. So I'm going to do a little bit more paint, so I'm not just dry brushing over what's already there. And I'm going to go in this direction. If I don't get any cross-hatching effect, then I'm probably going in the right direction. Of course, I am getting lines now, and that's probably because I'm overworking the paints, which is actually my problem as an artist. I'm not patient, and I keep just going over and over again when I should be waiting for it to dry a little bit and then revisiting it, which is what I should be doing right now here too. So I'm going to stop now. And I'm definitely going to do a second coat on top of this one after it's done. So I'm also going to go and do the edges so that when I'm going across like this, I can still go back over and fix the stroke on the top. So like that. Now here on the sides, it doesn't matter so much because it is going in the same direction. But it is like I'm scraping away this as if it's like the dry brush kind of effect. Scraping away that edge of paint there. So let's see. Okay. Now I am going to move this. Now I'm going to do this side here. So exhausted. Oh, this has got to be weaned. It's very puffy cloud, yeah. It's very like a Eeyore-like. Cloudy cloud. Oh, see a drip under there. If you're looking for drips on the other side too. There's no drips coming down. Or hanging down, I should say. Mess up my sandpaper. Fun here. Okay. I don't really have a good time with that. Music. I'm laughing. I was getting a drip there. So now this is where I do have to like get in those little holes. Whew. And really fill them in. They're going to be pretty obvious with this lighter background here. Yeah, it definitely looks like I'm going to do a second coat for sure. There are some paints that are, one coat only, but even those I always feel like I need to do a second coat with, That would have been a good thing to do, is like a experiment. Will it work with only one coat, And of course, there would also be the what did I do wrong aspect of it. Like, did I actually do it right? And I had to have some professionals watching to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Oh, by the way, I'm not a professional. So I should almost always put like experiments on all of my videos, because in a way they always are experiments, because I think I know what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden I realize it's more complicated than I realized. But we need a better angle on this one. Ooh. Better angle. Sit on my head. Okay. Whew. Ow. Oh, my knee. Oh, so now it's on Mazzy Star, Sweet Mary of Silence. Good one. I'll make sure there's no drips anywhere that are getting through. A little gap right here. I need to make sure I fully cover. Also make sure there's no drips left over. All the way. I almost want to call it the quick. You don't want to get paint up to the quick, but I don't know if that's true. I mean, I know that's a fingernail term, or toenails, whatever. What is that called? I knew what it was before, and now I'm just not finding it in my memory banks. That's a look up parts of a paintbrush. Or somebody we're watching could do that, put in that chat, and then, especially if it's really simple, and you'll think, wow, what an idiot this guy is. You can remember that name, but actually, it's perfectly fine. I don't need to know everything, but I do need to know what I don't know. And then I would know everything, actually. Never mind. But even if I didn't know what it was that I don't know, in other words, if I know what I know, I didn't prime the drawers. Right. Part 4 and 5 or 6. I just always assume there's going to be extra parts that I don't realize I'm going to have to do. Trying to get up under that, the inside of that leg right there. It's okay if I paint on my shower curtain. It's my drop cloth now. And it might make an interesting painting afterwards anyway. I might very well be making art right now and not even know it. So I would say with this first coat, you almost don't need to be careful, but you really kind of do. Because, these drips that are coming down, they'll cause extra, texture and extra, areas that will need to be sanded away or something, It's already too dry. It's not allowing for, this is going to be Hasselblad Adkins on right now. They did feature his songs. If you ever saw Road Racers, his songs were throughout that movie. So that wild rockabilly style. What is the Miami song again? How do I go back to that? And if I'm talking on earlier videos about how I'm listening to this song or that song, and then later on I'm like, oh, this is a new one, and everybody remembers that I had already just heard it, it's gonna make me look real bad. But this one I do remember that I already heard it, so that's why I'm saying that. I'm just like, what if all the other ones like Mazzy Star and all that, I already heard them and I already said, oh, I'm listening to Mazzy Star right now. And then later on I said, oh, I'm listening to Mazzy Star right now. It's a good song. And it's the same exact song and everything. That'd be terrible. Okay. I've gone as far as I can go with this. I'm just making sure that I don't have any extra drips anywhere. And I'm seeing a lot more than than are actually there apparently. Yeah. And any little bits that are missing paint or whatever, you can always catch up with those on the second coat, and they probably won't be that obvious that there's not two coats in that one little area or whatever. So, okay. I brought this from over there around to here, right? This is the first one I was going to do. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay. Whew. Go ahead and start on the inside here. And go off the edge on the inside. Beyond there, you can't see anything anyway. So I'm gonna try to avoid hitting that track there that the drawer will go on, just so it's not messy, really. I mean, I even sanded the inside of the drawer, so you know, there's definitely something wrong with me. But I'll leave the white paint that's already there, or pink, or whatever it is, so that everybody knows it wasn't me that did that. It was already there. And by everybody, I mean whoever sees this, which will be nobody. I mean, not talking about the video necessarily, but that might be true also. But I'm talking about the furniture itself. They won't ever see the inside of this drawer except for my wife and I, probably. So. Or unless after I'm done with this, it's worth so much that we're able to sell it for so much that I can buy 2 night tables per night table. I don't think that's no, that's why I think doing her is crazy. It's crazy laughing. Trying to avoid hitting those two, but I guess that doesn't really matter too much. I probably should touch them up since they got the old color on them. Getting those little crevices there on this wood design. Oh yeah, I'm getting it all over those things, and on the track where there's not even any white paint. Okay. I'm just pushing the brush into that corner there so that the paint conveys, but I'm not moving it too much. Okay. It actually looks thick on the inside too, and it's probably just because it's darker there, so you can't really tell that there's no second coat. But they didn't really paint underneath here, so I'm not going to also, except for what's incidentally been painted on it. And so I start from the top down, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Oh, crazy. Just gonna kind of dry brush it on top a little bit just to spread that out where I've over painted. Oops. Oh, well, now it's been painted in there. I'm doing a much messier job than I originally did for all my talk. Now, this must be Beastie Boys. Very jazzy. Beastie Boys, Politickin'. Very jazzy, instrumental. I don't know how I realized. Well, I figured. I actually don't have a whole lot of hip hop on here, but I really need to do that. I mean, I've got Tribe Called Quest, Beastie Boys, but I don't have the roots yet. And I haven't been putting Irish. What's it called? Skinny Lister. That's only a recent acquisition. For some reason, I didn't put them on immediately. Well, I guess because we had the disc also, and we'd always listen to that. But now I had to the other day because new cars don't have disc players, CD players, which is ridiculous. How are you going to listen to all the audiobooks from the library if you don't have a CD player? I mean, except for the digital ones, but then, like, who's going to listen to the other ones? Huh? Like, I shouldn't get rid of old technology just because they got new technology. Also, if your phone's low on battery, listen through the auxiliary port than it is through Bluetooth. But I guess Bluetooth, I don't know, I heard something about Bluetooth companies are the reason that they did away with the auxiliary ports in cars. So I don't know if that's true, but actually, I'm getting way off topic here. I was going to talk about movies and music. And, oh, this has got to be Radiohead. I have to talk about the music I don't have. Yeah, I put on, like, I was listening to Plug and Play earlier, but I didn't add it to my music. So it's, like, not there, but it's there if I listen to, like, recently, played songs or whatever, So I need to do that before other things have taken over those recently played songs, and I can't, and I just have to I have to just research for Plug and Play. It's not a big deal, but I've already searched and I already found, so I should just add the ones that I listen to my music, I can't believe I didn't prime the drawers. The drawers aren't ready to go already. This is terrible. So I think what I want to try to do is prime them first. And then, and of course, before I do that, I guess I'll, at the end of this one, just should have taken off the knobs in order to do that. But I guess I'll just prime them, and then, yeah? Yeah? Okay, can you ask Sienna if she can go with you? Yeah, she's upstairs. You wouldn't know it though, right? She's in her cave. Oops. I think this is Black Lips. Oh, no, it's something French. La Femme. So that was Lol by Radiohead. Now it's Ouvre le Monde by La Femme. Did I already get to after the Married Silence was Sally Wally Woody before Politickin' by Beastie Boys? It was the Hasselbeck Carries, Sally Wally Woody Wally Sally Wally Woody Wally 1989 Hasselbeck. And then after Beastie Boys it was Lol, then Over Le Monde by La Femme, and upcoming is Shadow Play by Joy Division, Sabrosa by Beastie Boys, Rebels Hot by Bob Marley, Only in Dreams by Weezer, and The Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett, Natty Dread by Bob Marley, The Maestro by Beastie Boys, and then Post Acid by Waves with 2 U's. And there's a Baja song it looks like after that. So, but I want to sing along, but I don't know French. So let me go with the one. Okay, so this side's done. Okay, now I'm gonna do this side. So I think I'm gonna do priming on the drawers, and then do the first coat of black on the drawers, and then I'll do the second coat on everything. I think that'll be the plan now. And I won't, basically the second coat's going to be like this, except that it's going to cover everything, and there won't be any complications. I should not say that. And there won't be any, stuff showing through, in other words. See, this is the problem with the drippage. If you don't catch it, you get these little bumps here. And then you got to scratch away the sand them away, and then kind of almost re-prepare the thing. So it's almost like, should you? I don't know. Okay. I don't know how to say French. C'est quoi? Yeah, what do I do here? What do I do? Do I try to chip it away? Do I sand it away and then? Oh, I'm getting under the primer there. It'll be okay. It's a little thing. It's not going to be obvious, I'm sure. And if it is, I'll just fix it later. I'll just redo that part later. Might not be worth like cleaning a whole paintbrush to do, but I just want to get this done. Yeah, need to move on. When it comes to like this is not poppy punk or anything, but hey, yeah. What was that? She's not gonna film it. Why? Is she working on schoolwork or something? What? Yeah, Sienna's working on schoolwork. Is she still? Mm-hmm. What? Well, it's better if you don't, because. Oh, what do you have to get? Are you looking for Boba Fett? Oh. Sophia can go with you, maybe, right? Right, Sophia? Yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to talk about female singers because the female singer for La Femme just came on, and I can't really tell if she's like always there or if it's a special guest. It seems like normally it's a guy singer. Oh, it could be that she's just playing an instrument. But like when it comes to things like poppy punk, like I was just thinking because of the female singer aspects. If there's a female singer for a poppy punk band, it doesn't bother me as much as a male singer for a poppy punk band. I don't really know why. I don't know what problem is. I don't even really know what the problem is that I have with pop punk. So, like, it just for some reason bothers me. I liked it live. I watched them, a lot of pop punk shows live back in the day. Like, I saw like Blink 182 for like $6 or something. But the recorded versions just, I don't know. It's like, it's like they're kind of whiny or something. I don't know. Maybe it reminds me of my own whininess. But if a girl's doing it, she doesn't sound whiny. She just sounds like a girl. If a guy's being whiny, it sounds like a guy that sounds like a girl. Maybe, I don't know. No, I don't even think that's it. It's not a gender thing or whatever. It's not a guy gender thing. Like whatever other genders a guy could be or whatever. But boggles my mind that. Oh, drip. A drip was forming there. So I'm almost done with this one, at least with the first coat. And then you won't have to hear me blather on anymore. Is anybody watching? I don't think so. But it's going to be, I'm going to be editing it anyway, and that's the whole idea, is to speed up some of these sections. And possibly using some of my more profound thoughts in other formats or whatever. Or as talking points for my other show. There's a shadow play by Joy Division there. So we're gonna need another coach. As you can see on here. So I was gonna do the back of this one, then the back of that one, I think. And I'm gonna do the front of this last before I do the back of it. Before I do the back of this one, and then the back of that. But it probably doesn't matter. It's probably taking me so long that everything's dried anyway. It needs to dry before, like the primer, before putting this hot coat on. So it probably doesn't really matter too much. Wow, look at the streakiness on this. It's totally see a lot of lines in there. But well, so I've already shown how to like wash the brush, so I'm gonna do that after I'm done, and I'm going to basically do this one the same as I did that one. It's just gonna be the first coat. And so I've probably shown everything that I need to show in this video, I think. And hopefully I got all the right angles, and I can adjust it or edit it according to what angles I need, etc. Right now I almost got the exact same angles as these, so that's not good. I've always been like this. Look at this. Broke this today. Terrible. What's wrong with me? Yeah. But anyway. So I'm going to continue painting this, finish this up, and then probably maybe I'll do the priming on those drawers. Oh, actually, that's what I was going to show. That's right. Okay, I'm glad I talked to myself. Glad we talked. Now, before I prime these drawers, I'm gonna have to take off the hardware, and as you can see, it's a Phillips head, but with a slot, pretty big slot there too. So I'm actually gonna try to use the tool that I use to open the paint, to do this. Yeah. And let's see. So I'm just gonna hold this right here. I'll hold that there, and I'm gonna turn the top so that that thing is holding the screw in place while I unscrew the handle at the top of this, so it doesn't come down. And because as this comes down, I'm not able to like keep the, well, it would be easier with a screwdriver for sure. Probably best to do it with a screwdriver, but as it comes down, I can't keep this on or in that slot very easily. So I'm going to apply pressure upwards here, keeping this in the slot like so, and I'm only going to turn the handle like so. Okay, and as you can see, it's just the screw sticking through, and it would fall through if I wasn't holding it up. So I'm going to take that out and put it together again so we don't lose the parts. Then I'm going to go through that same process that I did in part 2 or whatever, for priming this area. If I need to, I think I've already sanded and cleaned it as needed. I'm going to do the top, the sides, top, side, and even the bottom, because it's already painted there. And sometimes people look up at the tiny drawer that's close to the ground for some reason. So I'm going to do that on both of those, prime them. Then I'm going to wait for that primer to dry before I put on the first coat of black paint. And then as those are drying, I'm going to do these. Actually, I didn't really look at how long it needed before it can repaint it or paint it over. Let me see. Not drying. Okay. It dries to touch in 1 to 2 hours, and at 77 degrees and 50% humidity. Allow 4 hours before recoating. Drying times listed may vary depending on blah blah blah, temperature, humidity, blah blah, color. Okay, so I'll need to allow for 4 hours. Well, actually, I'll have to see how long it takes me to have done that one and this one with a little bit of extra talking. And then I'll know whether this took 4 hours. Actually, it may have. No, I don't think so. But in any case, if nothing else, at the end, after doing I can wait an hour, then do the second coat on all of these. And if it takes 3 hours, then that one will be ready for the second coat, the 2 drawers, this one and that one. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed some of the conversation or the talk about music. And oh, you know what? Actually, let me update you right now where we are. It's on Only in Dreams by Weezer, so I didn't get to the next ones I may have mentioned already. Yeah, didn't get to all those, but I will be listening to those as I'm doing this, I'm sure. So, and in fact, it might go on after that to include after Waves Post Acid. Then we have The Man in Black by Johnny Cash, Nerves by Bauhaus. I think these have gotten out of order a little bit. I kind of shift them around a little bit. You see that? It's too easy to shift when I hold this part. It like goes around. So, Nerves by Bauhaus, Shadrach by Beastie Boys, Rock the Blues by Hassel Adkins, Sinking by The Cure, Somewhere Else by The Frowning Clouds, which I just recently discovered actually. And I don't remember how I discovered them, but it had something to do with King Kong. He used them in something. I read something about him and it included them. I don't know. Or I heard the Frowning Clouds and I read about them and then saw King Kong. And maybe they just came up under a King Kong like autoplay kind of thing. Me and Jesus by Hassel Adkins is next. The Mountain Will Follow, maybe? I don't know. By DJ Shadow. Meat Hook by The Cure. Moonlight Drive by The Doors. Montreal by Adamant. Mr. Greaves by the Pixies. The Mad Daddy by The Cramps. That's a good one, too. They're all good. But anyway, so that's what I got to look forward to while I paint the rest of this one and anticipate the priming and painting of the rest of these tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and please let me know, comments, let me know if there's anything about this format that I should change. Considering that it is live and that the whole idea is that I talk about these things while I do it, I don't know how I could change it really. But if there's anything I left out or I lost my place somewhere or whatever, let me know. If there's something I said, I should have said this at the beginning, so like chat it or type it or whatever. But maybe I'll put that in there later. I mean, earlier in the video. Later, I'll put that earlier in the video so that people, as they're watching, know, hey, you did forget to say this or that. Or so, anyway, well, wish me luck on this, that nothing else goes wrong. And I will talk to you later. Oh, no, it's not ending. Okay. Monster Mash. It's on the Monster Mash. Mash. It was a Monster Mash. Oh, he did smash. It was a graveyard smash. Oh, I like this Crypt Keeper 5 thing. Always want to make a band with that title, you know, or that name for a band. Crypt Keeper. The Crypt Keeper 5? Or the Crypt Kicker 5? I can't remember now. It was a monster. They did the Monster Mash. Now he says it like that. Actually, I don't even know how I messed up last time. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. I'm trying to avoid having to paint the rest of this. But if you join me, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed it, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I could do better. Talk to you later.